Hi Lakshmi, thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate you taking out the time. And to everyone else, this particular discussion is on Nykaa's IPO, what IPO is all about, what was it about Nykaa IPO that took it what Falguni to the billions club, right? If I'm not wrong. So
Yes.
wonderful. So before we start, Lakshmi, could you just introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Lakshmi. I'm working as a finance instrumentor in Metamines and have 6 plus years of financial research experience in corporate finance, financial research, mergers and acquisitions, and my experience goes on. So, yeah, let's get started and understand about with, so much discussion happening about Nykaa IPO, right?
Right, absolutely. So, Lakshmi, you have the stage. We all want to know what is an IPO, why is it important, is it a good investment? So many questions that I'd be sharing with you in a bit. But before we do that, can we know a little bit about IPO होता क्या है essentially?
Yeah, sure, Tapsi. हम जरूर इसके बारे में बात करेंगे तो पहले हम ये let us understand that what is basically an IPO and before like few terms which are basically used in IPO. So first of all, let us understand the difference between a primary market and the secondary market. So primary market is wherein a new issue of shares happens. That is simply like a fresh issue. New stock, that's the reason. It's called a primary market. It's nothing but IPO, initial public offer. First time public को मिल रहा है primary market. Then next time it goes into secondary market where it's already readily available. You can buy and sell from anywhere. That is secondary market. Simple as that. And yes, IPO is not different from stock. Basically, IPO is nothing but a company stock which is going to be listed on a stock exchange. So it is safe because it is traded on a stock exchange. It has to follow rules and regulations. This is basic info about the IP. And whenever a company has to go for a trading, it has to register with SEBI and it also has to disclose a red herring prospectus. It is a RHP, which is a detailed document containing all the information about the company, financials, valuation, everything. Right. Okay, these are the few terms which goes in an IP. Clear?
Right, absolutely. So then what is it about, like, how do we decide if this is the IPO we want to invest in? Because there are so many IPOs that come out. Zomato, Nykaa, these are bigger companies. So इनका तो hoardings लगा था कि IPO आ रहा है. There's newspaper. There's so much that goes out for bigger companies. But I also understand there are छोटा companies that get their IPOs out, right? So how do we know that this is a good investment? This is an IPO I should probably try and get an allotment in.
Yeah. See, IPO is something that investors would like and go and invest their money, whereas in secondary market, it happens that it's already available. So people have to choose whether they have to buy that stock or not. The difference is you have to look at the valuation which is happening for the stock. So if you have to decide if I have to buy Paytm stock or Zomato or Nykaa, just don't look at the financials of the company. Look about the size of the company. Is it profitable? Look at Zomato's case. It is not a profitable company even now. But yes, it was a successful IPO. Look at the happening of the business. If its model is going to work out, you have to look at it. And apart from financials, you also look at management and versus the business model, which is of the company. And depending on it, you have to invest your money.
Right. So could you probably give an example of any of the companies and what, these factors you've discussed, the parameters? We should take like Zomato's example you give. Can you give an example of maybe another company that this should have been or is a successful investment?
Yeah. See, when you pick up a stock, you need to evaluate on basically few parameters. One, obviously, financials. You have to look at the P&L statement, balance sheet. Is it a profitable company? Are the revenues happening? How is it performing? What are the ratios? All these are financial parameters. Apart from that, you also have to look at the management team.
Okay.
How the efficiency of the management team, their vision and everything will come into that picture of management team. Next is your any mergers and acquisitions which have already happened in the past, which will strengthen the company, or it's very potential, unique model. technological disruption is happening in that company through that company, then obviously it is a good buy for a long term.
Okay. Okay. And where do we see these? Is there any particular website you would recommend that it's got all your information? Go there and check it out.
Yeah, you have your stock exchanges, National Stock Exchange, Bombay Stock Exchange, all other third-party sources like Money Control, Zerodha, Grow, and you have lots of information that newspapers. Whenever a company wants to file for an IPO, it is supposed to disclose all this information in the news, financial newspapers, as well as give advertisements. And it has to happen a lot of given awareness to the public. When the IPO starts, there will be a pre-booking date from which, say, a window of 3 to 5 days or 7 days, where investors can actually book a lot, and the lot can vary from company to company. In case of Zomato, it was 100 shares, one lot, whereas Paytm was only like 10 shares, kind of less than that. Depending on the company, the lot changes. Like for Nykaa, it was like 10 shares. For Zomato, it was 100 shares. And also price will be fixed. Expected price range will be there, like 70 to 100 rupees. You have to bid minimum price range as well as maximum price range will be given. And we have to figure in that amount and place a bid.
Okay.
So one more important thing I want to tell is, if you are going to invest in IPO, please don't ensure that, if you are assume that just because you applied, if somebody is applying for an IPO, you are not bound to get an IPO. It is a lottery system. For retail investors, you may or may not get an IPO lot.
Oh, okay. And you said retailer investors. What is that exactly?
Retail investors are nothing but investors like you, me, and everybody. We are given a small share, like we can purchase 1 lot, 2 lots, or maximum say up to 2 lakh rupees or 5 lakh rupees, not more than that worth of the stock.
Okay.
Companies like, banking companies or insurance companies, underwriter, investment bankers, or those people who can buy majority share, more than 5%, 10% stake. Retail investors are individuals, basically. Simple terms, individuals.
Okay, wonderful. And since we're talking about, we've got the example of Zomato, Nykaa, does it make a difference what industry you're coming from?
Obviously. See, now let us understand about the Nykaa's business industry. Nykaa is basically into beauty and personal care segment. Interestingly, it is only 8% of the market share is occupied in India for beauty and personal care.
Oh, wow.
Still, 92% people prefer on offline shops, not online purchase of beauty and personal care. It's a niche area. See, at the 8% growth, it is expected to be a $6 billion company.
Right.
The valuation of the beauty personal care segment is $6 billion, and it is expected to grow further for 8% niche market. Obviously, if it is going to expand the horizon going forward, there is a huge potential for the company. So also look at the market share of the company and the potential for growth.
Got it. So this is specific to Nykaa and it belonging to a niche sector
area, obviously.
Right. So something that is, so there's been a lot of talk about the LIC IPO that's going to come out and how big that is. Why are we saying it's going to be a big IPO?
LIC IPO is also nicknamed as Bahubali IPO because it is coming in part 1 and part 2.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's going to be the biggest IPO ever happened in the history of Indian stock market. Wow. And it is going to happen in part 1 and part 2. One part is expected to be happening in 2020 ending, and the other part is going to happen in 2022, next year. It is slated in 2 years part. And of course, it's so much hype because the percent offered is very low. Retail investors are given very small amount, like, 5 to 10% share, and many people want to be a part of LIC. Yeah. So LIC is a huge company, and LIC has not only it's also an investor in Paytm. It has 5% stake in Paytm. Oh, we all know just LIC is into insurance. No. It has varied interests.
Wow. Oh, so you've specified Paytm, and there's been Paytm's taken a fall apparently. Can you talk about that and why that's the case?
So when a company goes for an IPO, it has to disclose all these advertisements in papers as well as in stock exchanges, and
Right.
also disclose a big, larger document called as a red herring prospectus. It's a
Okay.
lengthy document of 3 to 500 pages, as exhaustive as it can.
Right.
So, and it also has, as part of the IPO declaration, they also have to display something called a risk potential of IPO,
Right.
where a riskometer has been displayed for Paytm as a very high risk valuation, because investors and experts analysts basically felt that Paytm was given an overvaluation and the price range of 2000 rupees stock was a bit higher.
Got it.
So they felt that the stock can be a bit lower expensive, but though the stock, and interestingly, Paytm is the largest evaluated, our biggest IPO in Indian history as of now.
Oh,
Next
wow.
is going to be LIC
LIC. Right.
in the future. So as of now, the biggest IPO happened is obviously Paytm.
Got it.
We all know that Paytm is highly disrupted the technology, paying through mobile. It's into so many Paytm mall and everything. So what happened is people expected the stock to be, though the hype was so much, the retail subscription was oversubscribed by 2 times. Interestingly, Zomato share was subscribed, Zomato IPO was subscribed 70 times by retail investors.
Wow.
Oversubscription. So one simple part is like, let us understand in very simple terms, your favorite hero movie is releasing, your favorite heroine movie is releasing, huge demand for the stock on first day. First day first show, huge demand. Later on, decreases. So basically, oversubscription is when investors are given, say, 1%, say 10%, when the time of applying increases multiple times, it is called as oversubscription.
Okay.
If the stock is expected to say, getting around 5% of retail investors' attention, and if it gets less, it is called as under subscription.
Okay.
Just like you have a parameter, hitting above, it's oversubscription, low, it's under subscription. Simple term.
Got it. So am I correct to assume if a stock is, for example, there are 3 days that you can, sort of submit your application, try and get the allotment kind of thing?
Yeah, you are basically giving an allotment you will be requesting for an allotment. You are basically subscribing to the IP.
Got it. So if on the second day, you get news updates and it says that it has been subscribed 10 times more, etc., is it correct to assume that if I get the allotment, that 10%, that population will be willing to purchase the stock from me if I get the allotment? So the price is likely to increase. Is that a correct assumption?
Not necessarily. It's like basically there is huge demand. As in case of Zomato, there was 70 times over subscription. So
Right.
there was a huge demand. People who were allotted Zomato shares got shares at 75 range bandwidth.
Oh,
Whereas
wow.
there'll be a window of 3 to 5 days depending on the stock. In this time, investors can, apply for a subscription. You'll be trying to bid in the minimum to maximum price range. And if you're lucky through the lottery system, a retail investor will get an allotment of the lot. Minimum, you can apply 1, 2, 3 multiple lots and the maximum limit will be there.
Got it.
Like 2 to 5 lots. After that, if you are lucky enough, you can get it. And Zomato started trading on stock exchange at 140 rupees.
Wow.
It's like a 140. It's
That's almost double.
So, Zomato really started trading at a good amount, 100 rupees just should have been. So it's a good increase is happening since though there have been little ups and downs, but Zomato is like now which has started at 75. Now it's, people have got at 75. It's not like 140, almost like double the.
So you said that Zomato is still not making profits as a company, but the IPO price is really high. So this confuses me a little. Is there a correlation or what's happening there?
Interestingly, Zomato is still a loss-making entity.
My God, this is why. So what's with the IPO price, the share prices then?
Here, that's the funny part. When picking a stock, just don't blindly go only with the financials. Look at the prospectus of the business also. If it's going to really make a good place, if it has a good share in the market, its business is really good, its founders and management team have good valuation, their vision is really good, then obviously it is a good go and a long-term stock which you can hold it for a long term. And
Right.
interestingly, if you get a share, say suppose people got hundreds of Zomato shares as allotment,
Hmm.
you can, like, you can hold like, you can select 20 stocks and it is called as profit booking, because your budget is 75 and you can sell it 100 and make this amount as a
Hmm.
short-term profit. And we can hold this 80
Okay.
stocks for long-term or medium term.
Okay, so you can basically sell portions of your stocks then, like selected numbers. You don't have to sell 100% of
Yes,
what you have.
you can.
Okay, okay, interesting. Got it. So coming back
Not
to,
necessarily.
sorry.
Not necessarily. You need not sell your 100% allotment. You can
Okay.
sell, two stocks, one stock. It is your choice.
Oh, okay, great. Good to know. Otherwise, if someone like me, I would have told pura le lo, sab le lo, paise de do.
No, no, no.
Kind of thing. Good to know. So coming back to Nykaa IPO, because that's been hyped, right? And people are talking about it. The company is doing so well, and you've talked about Falguni Nair as well. Could you bring back focus to that and what happened there? How is the stock doing now?
I hope you all are aware that Nykaa is one of the few profitable unicorn companies in India. And a
Okay.
unicorn is a company which is having a $1 billion and above valuation.
Wow.
And Nykaa is one of the very few profitable unicorns in India. And it is first unicorn company which has been listed by a woman founder.
Wow.
Kudos to Falguni Nair, and going after the stunt of successful IPO of Nykaa, Falguni Nair has joined the Billionaires Club right after Nykaa's IPO.
That is amazing. I mean, no wonder I have eyeliner on by Nykaa, my blush is by IKEA. So everything I own makeup wise is a Nykaa to go to now. So of course, I completely understand where that's coming from. So what about the IPO? So how is it doing now? So you said it's profitable. So how are the shares looking like now? There was a profit jump, I'm guessing, after IPO
Yes,
was allotted.
initially Nykaa. And let me tell you one more interesting thing. When an IPO happens, and the first day when the company is trading, if it is trading in a positive manner, it is called as a listing gain.
Okay.
If the share price after the share starts to trade on the stock exchange, it increases, it is called as a listing gain. It's nothing but profit. Gain,
Right.
profit. You purchased at X amount and it's an increase X plus, it is profit. In
Right.
case the share price falls, it is called as a listing loss.
Okay. Got it.
So Nykaa was trading at a good price. It was increased, and second day it had some ups and downs, but it recovered again. Though, and be aware that markets are always subject to risk. Always stock markets are subjected to risk. Equity is basically a risky parameter. You need to be aware of many things before investing in a stock.
Right.
Just don't buy because there is a lot of buzz happening. So many people are talking about it. Do your analysis, do research, and then only carefully invest your money into any stock, be it Nykaa, Zomato, Paytm, or any other stock.
Right. Thank you so much for that, Lakshmi. So before we conclude this call, could you very specifically outline the parameters again? Because there's a task coming out and I need the garages to be clear with what the parameters are exactly.
So, hey garages, I would like to give you a task as an extra benefit for you to understand how this IPO functions, as we have understood basically IPO dealing. So find out 5 IPOs which are going to happen in future in 2020 and look at parameters like, financials. Few parameters I'm going to share. You can look at others also. Look at the financials. Now, management, what is the stock price, like, riskometer of the price which is going to happen, and any other market news which is happening about it. How is it going to, who are the investors, what is the purpose of the valuation happening? These are few parameters. And I also would like to inform you that Nykaa has 303,055 influencers and celebrities tier, so that it gives you very good knowledge of the beauty and personal care segment. See, it's very tough to purchase a product online when you don't know if it is going to suit your skin share, how to pick it up. Even for newbies, there's a guide for everything. They'll tell you how to pick up a particular product and how to make perfect use of it. So yes, look for different things. And of course, Nike also has its good share of competitors from Purple, Amazon, and Flipkart.
Absolutely.
It's not the only one which is into beauty and personal care.
So this is Lakshmi dropping hints for you guys as to what other things in addition to numbers you can look at when making sure this is the stock you want to go into. So thank you so much, Lakshmi. You've given them the task. There will be a reward for any garager, and every garager who completes it and puts it up on the Garage Workshop channel. And obviously, Lakshmi, thank you. You've dropped hints and here and there for them to see. Dekhna kya in addition to the numbers. So thank you so much for this session. We're going to be ending it. Is there anything that you want to tell our garagers?
Yes. Now I'm going to give you an extra information. As latest as yesterday, SEBI has informed all the companies which are going forward for IPO. The riskometer as of now is only having a 10% display in the newspapers and advertisements. Now SEBI has warned all the IPO people to display the riskometer so that the investors benefit and increase it to 33% in the advertisement.
Wow.
So, and ideally, do remember that Paytm riskometer was very high, and it kind of relates that the share price has been becoming higher valuation, overvaluation, and the stock price is adjusting itself. Don't mind your riskometer, and all the best for garages.
Thank you so much, Lakshmi. Anyone who has questions about IPO, finance, stocks, Lakshmi is there on the garage. All you have to do is either ping her or you put the @ sign and tag Lakshmi with any questions you have. And obviously, she's here to look at what your task output is going to look like. And we have rewards set out for anyone and everyone who completes it. So looking forward to what you guys come up with. And I think, Lakshmi, मैं भी 5 IPOs ढूंढ के आपको भेजूंगी, मैं भी garage पे डालूंगी.
Sure.
And do let me know how that goes.
Sure, definitely.
Great. Thanks so much, Lakshmi. Take care.